So, welcome to the seminar that is focusing on from turnover to team building, growing a culture of trust, innovation, and productivity. And I'm very excited to be part of a larger context of women in women rocking business that are participating in a speakathon this week. And Women Rocking Business has over 70,000 women that are working together to rise the wisdom of feminine energy at this time. And here are I'm going to share 3 keys to inspiring committed employees. And there we go. I want to begin with everybody sharing a heart check-in. And the reason that I'm doing that is because our heart is where the data lies. And we live in a transactional, breaking down economy. And we forget that our body has this incredible resource of the heart. So I'd love to hear from each person one word about where their heart is right now. And the image that I have here is that it's a shield where the greatest power is its openness. That is through our open-heartedness that we are able to accomplish greatness. And I'm going to start with modeling, and where my heart is humble. And I'm going to pass my magic pencil to Wendy for her one word.
Excited.
And if you would pass an object to someone, that would be awesome.
I think there was a Christy. I apologize. I'm having massive technological difficulties and I can't see things. So I'm kind of operating a little without vision.
I feel terrible saying this, but I would say terrified.
I understand. Can you pass to someone, please?
I will pass to Rachel.
Thank you, Christy. I'm going to stick with hopeful, and I will pass it to grandmother Sharon.
I'm coming feeling very honored, and I'm passing with my feather to Linda.
Thank you. I am in my heart feeling excited, but that was taken, so I'll say inspired instead.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for that heart check-in, and you will understand more about how important that is as we progress. You all already know it. Many people don't. Okay. So I am going to follow the heart check-in with a big story that there are over 1 trillion stars for every person on Earth, and that 96% of the universe is dark matter, a substance that we don't understand. And 2 takeaways in the context I would like for you to have in this is that there's plenty of room for everyone on Earth to give their unique gifts, and that we all know only a tiny fraction of reality, which is why humility is so important. So 56 years ago, humans experienced the first overview effect, unleashing a new and also old consciousness that humans are one family. When we saw everyone all together on the earth with no boundaries, hanging in darkness, it allowed us to have a bigger view that is very needed for success in operating today. So I'm focusing on why people leave work. And in the research from the Tanner Institute's Global Cultural Report of 2023, they found that people left work because there was not enough growth and challenge. They didn't feel appreciated or connected, and there was a lack of ownership or impact. And a deficiency in any of those things caused people to leave work. And I share this image of young people from Sarajevo whose parents killed each other in the Bosnian War, and who had the experience of making a singing tree in 2014, the 100th anniversary of World War I and where World War I began. I share this community of young people to show all the beauty that when there is challenge and growth and connectedness and ownership, what can blossom. The cost to replace one employee typically ranges from half to twice their annual salary, depending on the role and the industry. Again, I've used hearts here to reinforce the fact that when our hearts are connected, we can function well. And our hearts being connected is based on trust. I share the definition of trust from Judith Glasser, who wrote Conversational Intelligence and has a great institute called Creating We that is living beyond her death. And in her framework, she shares that the first element of trust is transparency. If we share what's in our hearts, we're transparent. We can connect. Relationship is the second most important issue that we have, to put relationship first. Understanding what it's like to be somebody else, having a shared vision of success is essential for trust. And constantly testing our assumptions, which is the role of humility, to never think that I got it right, because there's always something I'm not thinking about. And I chose this image, which is a painting of a 16-year-old boy who died of brain cancer. And when he died, his family members who were in the room all experienced his grandfather's spirit, who had also passed away, enter the room. And I chose this because there's such a bigger story than we are often thinking about in our three-dimensional world. So the key number one I want to talk about of the three keys to transform turnover to team building is to harness the neurobiology of connection. This image comes from a scroll that has 170 dots on it that represent how many people most humans knew from the time we stood up straight to 5,000 years ago when writing and farming happened. And those 170 people all sang together and danced together and ate food together and raised the babies and cared for the elders. And anybody who was not in that tribe of 170 people was dangerous. Our limbic system takes 4 seconds to register if we are connected with or disconnected from the people around us. We are hardwired for in-group, out-group, and us versus them. Exclusion and disconnection in our brain from its development over 3 million years means death and pain. We have the same physical location of pain in our brain when we are excluded than when our body gets hurt. Inclusion, connection, means life and joy. And here you see members of Asbiel Japanese corporation, a robotics corporation, who were all included in the co-creation of a shared vision of success. Everyone's voice makes a huge difference in trust, innovation, and productivity if we include everyone. The second key is to harness the neurobiology of appreciation. This again is from Judith Glasser's amazing book, Conversational Intelligence, who describes the conversational intelligence dashboard. And when we are not included and when we feel attacked, our bodies produce cortisol, and our bodies either fight, flight, freeze, appease, and we are bathed in distrust. When we have trust, our bodies produce oxytocin. And we can have trust only when we can have integrity and authenticity, when there is compassion. And this gives us the space to have foresight and innovation. Cortisol lasts for 26 hours. Oxytocin lasts for 1 hour. The consequence of that is that we need 26 put-ups for every put-down. What if in our work life, anytime somebody felt put down, they went to someone else and say, okay, I experienced being put down and now I need 26 appreciations. This is the 26 appreciations that I gave to my big sister, Lisa, for her birthday. It's a lot of work. It slows you down. And it is valuable in building trust. The third key is to harness the neurobiology of creativity. When you're creative, making a decision and taking action, dopamine is released, which reduces pain. Serotonin is released, which allows us to make both connections in our imaginations and with each other. And oxytocin is released. And that's the hormone that is released when you nurse a baby, when you fall in love, when you stroke a dog. It is our feel-good hormone. And the growth mindset is necessary in order to turn every limit into an opportunity to be creative, which is essential for our times, especially now when we are facing a lot of limitations that haven't been with us for a long time. So when you make a decision and take action, you get to use the newest brain, the thinking brain, and it calms the oldest brain, the survival brain, the worry brain. And there's been some interesting research done on the fact that if you are learning a skill and you repeat it for 400 times, it makes a new synapse. But if you do it just 12 times with joy, laughter, and play, you get a synapse because there's a release of dopamine. Therefore, play is an essential element for accelerating team building and learning. So I'm going to ask you now to check in with your heart again. And I hope everybody has a piece of paper and some colors ready. And I would like for you to think about what is a tough challenge in your life. It can be in your work life, in your personal life, in your body. And I'm going to ask you to take a moment right now to find a challenge. And I want to share that the challenge that is represented on the image on the PowerPoint is the challenge of Afghan women, which was breaking my heart when the Taliban took over again. And this is the Singing Tree mural of strengthening women's strength and freedom in Afghanistan. So now I'm going to ask you to draw your vision of success. And this is how I'd like for you to do it. Here is a bird on your screen. And Wendy, if you're on a phone, this is going to be harder. So you can just make up a bird. We're going to outline this bird by putting your piece of paper over top of it and tracing it. And then you'll fill up the bird with a vision of your challenge healed. your heartbreak healed. And we use birds to carry the vision to the tops of the trees and to the clouds and around the earth and to the sky and beyond. And I think that Gabby Lipska just joined us. She is in England and is a singing tree mural facilitator. And I'm so excited to have her here. So
hello, I'll just say hello, but I'll switch off the camera because I'm not in the best place. So I'll just.
Oh, it's fine. We're all good. So I'm going to ask you now to trace the bird, and then Linda, if you can help me see when everybody is done tracing, if you can let me know that, that would be great. So it shouldn't take you very long. And Gabby, we're healing a heartbreak in the bird.
And if everyone would like to put a 1 in the chat to let me know that you're finished, then I'll be able to. Oh, that was so fast, Grandma Sharon. Wow. I do have to draw my own.
Then we're going to listen to 2 songs, and I'll check in to see. So that's about 6 minutes or 8 minutes. I'll check in to see if you need more time. And please don't worry about the quality of your drawing. Humans have been drawing for, the last research I saw was 73,000 years. And we've been writing for 5 years. And our hand knows what to do. And just like we have unique irises and DNA and thumbprints, there's an image in you that no one else has. I'm going to ask you to fill up all the white space and feel free to use words. How are we doing for getting done?
So, so that I'm clear, we're just tracing and saying when we're done with the tracing, or we're going ahead and
Yes. No, we're just when you're done with the tracing.
Okay, great.
Is everybody done?
We've got 3 yeses. I'm 4.
Okay.
I think that's what we have on the screen right now. I think we're ready to go.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to stop the share and put on some music. And feel free to draw away.
Laurie, I apologize. I won't be able to be with you, but I'm going to finish my bird and I will make sure that I get it to you. And I will also make sure that I watch the rest of the recording when I'm able. But I'm so grateful for this time and to start.
Oh, I'm so happy to lay eyes on you, my friend. Thinking about you in our turmoil-filled time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my bird is going to represent the value of civil servants.
Please. Yes.
So wonderful to meet everyone. And I look forward to a future where I get to be with you more.
Beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So thank you for taking the time to let your imagination flow. And since we're a nice small group, I wanted to just hear what came out of you and if you can share a symbolism. And we have a short time, so like about 30 seconds. And I will again start. And I'm going to pin me. So what I drew was the Ukrainian flag and a little girl named Amelia, whose family came legally, and they are now threatened with deportation. And I pass to Rachel.
Thank you. I probably have to take off my blur. Pardon.
No problem.
See where this is on video, I think. Adjust my background blur. Okay. And so in the bird, just different women's faces and symbolizing my family and healing.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And will you pass to someone, please?
Yes, of course. I'll pass to Linda.
I didn't hear that. Who are you passing to?
You.
To you, Linda.
I thought I heard Kim, and I'm like, there's some Kim in here. Great, thank you. So I don't know if you can see my beautiful bird. I believe this is ultimately a symbol of me as a woman, an older female, doing my mission out here in life. And if I don't know if you can see my words, but they're love, peace, acceptance, and trust.
Nice.
Respect is something I would have added on there. I don't have any room. But yeah, just the values for me that that I resonate with and that I choose to go out in the world and spread.
Thank you. And will you pass to someone, please?
Of course. I will pass this on to Grandmother Sharon.
Not to do as do I call galactic glyph. So it's very symbolic and numbers, formulas, and words. And so this represents the shift, I believe, that is coming and expanding, and that is women working collaboratively from a place of their own personal sovereignty and strength, and yet working with that integrity for higher good. And I pass to Chris.
Oh, great.
Sorry. I'm trying to figure out a way to share mine because I did mine virtually. I didn't have a pen and paper.
Oh, cool.
So I did mine in a drawing app, but I can't share it because it's on my phone.
Well, you can send it to us. Could you just share the symbolism and the topic?
So the symbolism in the topic was I had different colors. I just colored it in. I didn't write any words. I had some blue and a little bit of rainbow feathers in it because it reminded me of the feathers that we did when we did our last event at UTEP, and I was giving the feathers. So what it was that I had blue and then I had purple mixed in there. I have a best friend that passed away several years ago, and I think I've been kind of hesitant to really use the color purple because that was our favorite color and that was our thing. And I haven't like worn purple or done anything until like the last 6 months or so, where I finally thought, okay, I can do plain purple. And so for me, it was about being open to growth and being able to face things that are painful and recognize that without that, you really can't progress.
Right.
So that's what the symbolism was for that. And it was an AI, not an AI drawing, but it was a generated. I don't usually do that. I only have the app on my phone because my 15-year-old does a lot of digital art. Yeah. And so it happened that her phone died and I downloaded the app for her. So so I just used it, but I'm not used to it. So it wasn't really.
But what you share, Christy, is so important because, again, it is experiencing our heart that allows us to grow. That if we don't do that, we can't grow.
And I'm trying to be very open to that. Because it's horrible. I love this that you did this. It's so positive. I feel like I really needed it. And when I said I'm terrified, everyone else has nothing more positive. I thought, man, I don't want to be dead downer.
But, not at all. Not at all. I honor that. And Gabby, could you share yours? And thank you so much, Christy.
Hello. Yeah, a very quick one.
Yes.
It's related to my work experience. And it's an idea. It's not actually my idea, but it sank with me this metaphor really, really, like it really resonated. So, and I'm just pondering about it for the last few days. It's a sea of possibilities, ocean of possibilities, and this black is an island of fear and negativity. And people being stuck in this negativity and not forgiving and not letting go. And there's a lot of, like, I work in an organization that supports other community groups and organizations, and there is certain stuckness and like bad blood from the past and difficulty to let go of that and move and give a credit and chance to the new people who are in place and move together to the green island of possibility, potential, new story, a new way of being. And this is a little ship that is sailing, and I would like to see that ship sailing. I want this anchor of past to just be released so that the ship can sail to new place and we can all
Beautiful.
be on board with that.
I love it. Yes, let us all row in the same frickin' direction to the place of possibilities. That is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing. And we have such a perfect number of people here, I must say. Okay, so I am going to go to screen share and back to our PowerPoint. And can everybody see the bird? And may our visions go to the tops of the trees and the clouds and the earth and the sky and the stars. So I appreciate you sharing their story of symbolism. And when you're working with a group of people, if you can make a shared vision of success together, that helps to build trust. These are the birds from a singing tree called the Beloved Community. So we use the Singing Tree mural technology, which is an all-inclusive invitation for the whole world to make a painting together, envisioned by an 8-year-old girl in 1999. We've created 144 murals with 26,000 people from 52 countries as a technology to build trust, appreciation, connection. And I wanted to share a case study of a company called Green Tech Solutions in Raleigh, North Carolina, that was having a 25% turnover rate with its company of 200 employees. And their solution was to get feedback and assess where everyone was, and to do custom team building workshops that utilized role playing, visual arts, storytelling, and problem solving. And that also had an established mentorship program aligning with the older employees with the younger employees. And the result was that their turnover rate dropped from 25% to 15%, and the employees felt engaged 30% higher than previously. The odds of retention increase 5 times when companies offer collaborative skill building opportunities at work. And that's according to O.C. Tanner Institute 2025 Global Cultural Report. The O.C. Tanner Institute is doing really interesting work about employee retention and what makes people have the most effective businesses. Our case study includes working with Asbiel Corporation that I mentioned earlier, that has 10,000 employees in Japan, Singapore, Spain, and several locations in the United States, including Silicon Valley. And the management brought us in because they are seeking to transform the fixed mindset culture that is throughout the company and changing it to a growth mindset culture. After completing these 2 separate trainings over a 2-year period, 93% of the participants reported an increased faith that people can achieve extraordinary results together. And there was a 51% increase occurred in self-reporting about the ability to listen without judgment, which is necessary for connection, and to feel secure in expressing one's ideas, which is both harnesses the neurobiology of creativity and connection. So we're doing long-term research to see if there's a change and retention, Japanese culture has a different approach to loyalty to the company than in the United States. So we have to take those factors into account. When we create a singing tree mural together, we never know what the shared vision of success will look like. We practice emergent wisdom on a small scale. That is, we trust that the people in the room will know how to successfully express their values. And when we do this on the small scale with a mural in a short time period, it helps the organization practice on a larger scale because none of us know what the future is going to be. And we have to have this practice of calling upon everyone's genius in the room. I'm going to share a short video. I don't think I can play it here, so I'm going to play it on YouTube that shares our experience in with Asbiel. And okay, here we go. Back to the share. Nope. Let me, let's see, I have Gabby pinned, so I'm going to unpin Gabby. Excellent. And then share the video. This video was made by Lily Lopez, who has been making murals with me for since 2010. And she's now Unity Through Creativity's media person, and she does our website. This was the title that they came up with.
Is it recording?
Okay. So I'd love to hear just again one word that is in your heart right now after seeing that. And my word would be gratitude. And I pass to Sharon.
Inspired and confirmed. And I pass to Linda.
Thank you. I feel joy in my heart after watching that. Thank you. And I will pass it on to Gabby. Is she still here?
Yeah, I am. Hope, like optimism, but also a bit of like, oh, how did it happen? I know it's not one word. How people who are so technically minded, they get to that love concept. How do you do that magic? I think the word will be magic then.
You want to pass to someone, Rachel or Christy?
I'll pass on to Christy.
Can you say it again? I didn't hear.
Oh,
Hmm.
I pass to it.
Happy.
Lovely. Well, we're coming to the end of our event, and I want to visit again trust and the importance of the heart and transparency for creating trust, and that the relationship that we have in this room is essential. Understanding what it's like to be different, to have our shared visions of success, and to always be testing our assumptions. So the 3 keys are really simple, but very hard. Maintaining connection, especially when you're in conflict and have different worldviews. Appreciating people and using our creativity. We did our heart checkout, and we want to share this peak team building program to help people create the beloved community so that people can give their very best. We're so excited that we're going to be working with Casa Auto Group in El Paso, Texas. We'll be working with 21 managers. They all designed the singing tree, and then their 700 employees at 6 different locations will be adding to the mural with their leaves and birds. And we're going to put a link in the chat that will, you can sign up to do a free consultation about bringing this work to your organization. And we'll also be having a day-long training on Saturday, April 19th. And are there any closing thoughts or questions?
Thank you so much, Laurie. I needed this today. It's nice to meet you.
I want to thank you too for doing this. I feel like it was very refreshing and with all the things that we're dealing with. As an organizer, we have an event coming up on Friday, and it made me think about things within our group that can really help us. I think team building is essential in order to move forward on things and to build the trust to accomplish your goals. So thank you.
Thank you, Christy.
For me, the energy that is here today, I just want to broadcast out in the world. I do a lot of that. This is information, this is ways of being and sharing that more can benefit from. So open the doors to those ears too.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to say that I love that my word to start out was inspired, and then I ended with joy. So inspired and joyful is pretty amazing. And I admire all of you amazing women out there and doing the work that you're doing and making a massive difference, especially when it's so needed right now. So I thank you, Laurie, for this, and to everyone that you are bringing together in your circle.
How about you, Miss Gabby?
No, I just wanted to say thank you. It's good to dip in, and even if you dip the toes in it just for a moment,
Yes.
it brings you back home to a good place. So thank you for that.
That's wonderful.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah. And trust is the foundation of democracy. We cannot have democracy without trust. And it is revolutionary right now to deal with the terror of totalitarianism that is sweeping our nation and our world by building more trust. So I thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Work. Bye.
Bye.